How are we doing, guys, and welcome to Formula 7 Realistic. We are live here in Barcelona. You know what, I forgot to update the billboards. I messed them up and I forgot to update them. That is so annoying. I sent myself the files and forgot to do it as well. How are we all? CJ is out in the pit lane. Not sure what happened there. Oh, I think he has a qualifying ban. Yeah, I added Dave's devs and race directors to the billboards, but they were too close together and I updated them, but I forgot to replace the file. So, that's really annoyed me. So, Z2 is on an outlap. We've got Deadly and Jennifer Lee, who are on laps. Oh, that's so annoying. If Dave does come in, I do apologise. I did them all myself this time. They were really good, actually. It was really good doing it. So coming around at sector 3 is the Williams driver. So in towards the final chicane and down to the line for the Williams of Deadly, who's been phenomenal recently, and it's a 1:12.8 for Deadly. Zetsu in the Aston Martin. You've got Jays and Jennifer Lee. Jennifer Lee will be next. We're coming out of turn 4. Let me know if the audio is okay for you guys as well. That is Zetsu into the grass, so I'm not sure what's happened there. Did he get damage? No, he didn't. So Jays in the Haas. We've not got eliminated drivers up, but yeah, you knew I changed the billboard salute. You've seen the meeting room, didn't you? So, around at the final chicane for the Haas driver. Yeah, I was doing Hungary and then I updated them for Barcelona as well. You know, just edited them a little bit. Just playing around, obviously I've not done it before, so I just like to play around a little bit. So in towards turn 1 and 2, cars is going fastest sector 1, sorry, sector 2. Jays is up to P2, so we are jumping on board with the Sauber driver. So cars coming down towards the line, and it is P2. There we have it. So cars P2, and then you've got, that is it at the moment. Sam the Man went P4 in that Williams. How we doing? You okay? You good, mate? Yes, salute. As I said in the meeting room 3 times in the last 2 days, I've not managed to update all the billboards. Getting used to it. I only started doing them 2 days ago. So still getting used to them, and there is a couple I've missed and a couple that I can't change and stuff like that, but I'll get there. I'll learn it at some point. So Pele back in the Racing Bull is now on a lap as we sprint down towards turn 1. How are we doing, Bob? So the Racing Bull through turn 2 and 3 for the V-Cab. Just under 12 minutes to go here in Q1. This is going to be interesting to see what Peleback can do. His teammate is leading, well, he was joint leader of the championship. He's now, after that late pit stop in Monaco, is now 2 points behind. But it is still very thrilling at the moment. Dave, if you are in, I do apologise. I did try and change your logo at the top there. And because I was rushing about trying to get the lobby set up, I forgot to update the file, so it is overlapping, but it won't do from the next one. In towards turn 10 and 11, the V-Cab driver of Peleback. Around turn 13, and then the final chicane at turn 14. And then it's a short run up to the line. And Peleback 1000 goes P4, 9 tenths behind Deadly in that Williams. We've got drivers setting the fastest sectors. We've got Jeffy Boy and Casper on laps. Casper will be first to the line. Yeah, once I get them all set up, Salute, I mean, it's Casper 111.8. It's very, very easy, isn't it? Like, once I've got them all set up, I can just replace the files for every track. But it's getting all the files and like updating the files and changing the billboards and all that. But once you've got all them billboards ready, it is just a case of literally copying and pasting over the original billboards. But I know I've missed a couple, so it's just getting them ones that I've missed and trying to find where they are and stuff like that. Luke helped me out with Photoshop and stuff like that because I've never done that sort of stuff, so there will be some that I've missed. Oh, and the Ferrari of Mitch is onto the gravel and into the wall, and there is a McLaren, I think, that was just trying to pull over, and Mitch will just stay off the track a little bit now. Epic OJ in the Alpine, he's coming through into the hairpin at turn 5. Remember, we do have our LMU GT3 race this Friday, so make sure you sign in for that. That should be a cracker. As we head down towards turn 10. So into the double right-hander for the Alpine. I don't know if Rafasi is back in yet. Let me just try and find him. So Epic OJ goes P2 in the Alpine. Then you've got Mitch in the Ferrari who's going to have to go again. Zeta in the Aston Martin who's trying to improve. Casper calls it a day. He will not need to improve any more than this. So we can see the times from the drivers and seeing where they are improving. Yeah, no problem, Rafasi, you're good, man. Through turn 11 and then in towards turn 12 at the right-hander. We see, remember, this is where Jake the lad crashed when he got caught on the barrier. Around turn 13 and 14. And a short run up to the line. No, it's into the pit lane. I do apologise. So Reese in the Ferrari is finally out and on a lap. In the championship battle, he is. Around turn 11 and 12, purple sector 2, but is it a legit purple sector? No, Casper's got all the sectors at the moment. B Right has took sector 1 though. Epic OJ retires. Here comes the Ferrari of Reese and he goes P2. Now is B Right, but I don't think his name will show up. Oh, it does actually, so he is showing his name. Brilliant. B Right, the number 14 car. No, sorry, he's in P14, the number 29 car. Down the DRS straight for the McLaren. And that was Fanfinis, the world champion, that went up to P3, and Mirko goes P4. So, and Mirko in that Mercedes will be leaving at the mid-season point. So I wonder who Mercedes will bring in to help the defending world champion. He's not too far behind in the championship. That is B Right that went P3 in that McLaren. Leo Lund is now on a lap, the Racing Bull driver. 2 points off the championship lead. And he comes around. Oh, he's kept it. And it's P6. He's only half a second off. But that, I think, might have been fastest had he not have made that slight mistake around the final corner. Jays is back into the pit lane. We've seen a couple of drivers over the years hit the pit wall and end up going out of this race. So they just need to be extra careful. So NMX James reserving in the Alpine. So Leo Lund, Jeffy Boy. That was a good lap by the Red Bull, Jeffy Boy, up to P7. So CJ with that qualifying ban is in P20. Then you've got Rafasi, who's yet to set a lap time. I don't know why I don't let me go above them. Will he come out of the pit lane at any point? He's going to have to shortly. He is leaving it very late. So be right there we are. Rafasi is on his way out. I am going to get the standings up. Why not? And 1 second. Just getting the standings, guys. Yeah, there we go. So, these are the standings at the moment in realistic. So as you can see, you've got B Wright leading on 106, Leo Lund on 103, then you've got Reese on 99, so 7 points separate the top three. Then you've even got Merco on 85 here, the defending world champion of Fanfitness on 51. Not a great start to his title defence. You've even got Casper, who's not a reserve anymore. He is a full-time McLaren driver. He's in P5. And even Deadly in the Williams, he's done a cracking job there, so fair play to him. So, yeah, really good. So back to the race. So the interesting bit now, Rafasi. Sorry guys, bear with me. So Rafasi coming around sector 3 and then down towards the line, and the Aston Martin driver will go P10. Is that going to be enough to get him through? You've still got the other Aston Martin, you've still got a Ferrari, you've still got Sam the Man in the Williams, Pelly back in the Racing Bull. I do think it will be enough. Cars in the Sauber has already retired. Super Turbo coming through turn 3. And everybody else is pretty much retired or in the pit lane, apart from sort of the bottom 7. And Super Turbo will be next to try and gain his way into Q2. So Super Turbo goes P12. Pelleback will be next to try and get into Q2. And that is... Was that Sam the man who's just set the fastest first sector? Wow. Pelleback coming around the final corner. He's 2.5 temps up. The checkered flag has waved. And Pelleback goes P12. Now Jays is on the brink of elimination. The other Haas driver of Super Turbo is not on a lap. He's not going to be able to do any more. So Jays could demote his teammate further down here to the line. And he does. So Jennifer Lee is out. No, he's on the brink. Sorry, NMX James is out. Sam the man. Zeta is out. Mitch in the Ferrari is struggling. So Jennifer Lee is on the brink. Sam the man is improving. It looks like the Red Bull is going to go out again. And the Red Bull is out. That means Super Turbo is now on the brink. And there's a Ferrari coming to the line. Around turn 14. Down to the checkered flag. Is the Scuderia going to make it? He does. And Super Turbo is out. The Racing Bull is through. And an interesting end to Q1 here in Barcelona. Hey, thank you for the follow. So that is it for Q1. Sorry, I need to write these down on the system. So we've got Casper in P1 and then the Ferrari of Reese in P2. Then we've got B Wright in P3. It's really annoying because I have to change their names every single race. Leo Lund, Fanfinus, Mirko, Jeffy, Epicogy, Sam the Man, Deadly, Rafassit. Then you've got Mitch, Cars, Jays, Pelleback, Super Turbo, Jennifer, James. And then who's the bottom two? For God's sake. Oh, Zetu. And CJ. Brilliant. So we move on to Q2. Sorry guys, I'm absolutely boiling here. I'm just going to go and grab a drink. It is absolutely roasting in this room. 2 seconds guys. Right, we are back. So, just got a drink. It's absolutely boiling. Reece Dyer has gone fastest in Q2, be right. Then we've got Pele back. Leo Lunda's in P6. Here comes Pele back. And he goes P9. So Mitch in the Ferrari. And he is just starting his flying lap. So let's ride on board with the Scuderia. He did so well last season in the Sauber. He got a seat in the Ferrari. He has been struggling. It's very much like Lewis Hamilton, and there he goes again around and into the gravel for the second time in this qualifying. So the Ferrari of Mitch. He's a fantastic driver as well, but he cannot seem to make it stick recently. I'm sure he will find that form that he found in the Sauber, but it's just when will it come? Rafati in the Aston Martin. In towards turn 1, riding that apex. Hugging the curve to the left hand side. Into the pit lane. Oh, the Owen's left. I know he's having computer issues at the moment. So in towards turn 5 for the Aston Martin. Oh, he went a little bit wide there, but he kept it. It was nice. Ooh, and he's round. And there's a few people struggling with this track this evening. It does catch a few people out in Barcelona. And he does have damage, that front wing. So we'll have to head into the pit lane now. Wait. Am I confused? Oh, I was confused then. I was thinking, where is he? I couldn't figure out on the track where he was. So Rafati into the pits. We got Epic OJ and Jeffy Boy. Epic OJ will be first. Epic OJ goes P4. He's been really quick in that Alp. In the last couple of weeks, he's done a phenomenal job. Cars in the Sauber in P11, he's currently at risk, but there's a long way to go in this second part of qualifying. Pele back, Jeffy Boy just coming down in towards turn 10 in that Red Bull. And we'll keep an eye. See how he navigates the final 2 corners. So, Jeffrey Boy going P3. LA back in the Racing Bull, in towards the pit lane, and you've got cars who's going to have to try to improve here. He's in P11, just under 5 minutes to go. Just making sure the stream looks okay, and I'm trying to figure out if it does or not. Does the stream look okay for you guys? Right, no worries, Jeffrey. I am hopefully going to be upgrading the PC by the end of this year, so it's going to go to another level. I am actively working on the podcast now as well. I know it was going to come eventually, but yes, we are working on it big time now. We were so early with the podcast, and now we've turned out to be so late. Cars is into the pit lane, so 3.5 minutes to go. It is Casper that is on an outlap, so I think he's just going to go for another banker. But he is safely through. He doesn't have to worry at all at this stage of the race. So Jeffrey retires, Epic retires, and B right, but Casper is back out on a lap. So Casper back into the pit lane. He's not going to waste any tyres. Deadly is on a lap though. In towards turn 1 for the British driver. I think Deadly's got a very good chance of hitting a big team. Maybe at the mid-window transfer or even at the end of the season. I think Deadly will try to be snatched up by quite a few teams. Because he has done a phenomenal job in that Williams. I mean, we just seen the standings. What is he, 6th in the championship in the Williams? The consistency's there. He finishes races. He gets points. He's got the pace. I mean, the list goes on for Deadly. So yeah, it will be interesting to see sort of what happens throughout the season with him. So around turn 12 we go. On board the Deadly. Into the double right-hander. And then it's a short run up to the line, and this looks a good lap again. It is. It's P7 for Deadly. Is that going to be enough to get him through? We've got a Mercedes of Mirko coming around. Famfidis is back on an outlap, so he must be worried as well. Leo Lund in the Racing Bull. And then all of the other drivers now on outlaps. We've got Cars, Rafati, Sam the Man, Pelly back in J's. So J's starts his lap. Then you've got Pelly back. Leo Lund is already on his lap. He's just coming through turn 4. He's 1.5 tenths up, which would put him in front of Mitch. Mitch has already set a decent lap. He needs to improve. If he doesn't, he could possibly be in with a shout of going out here in Q2. I will hopefully have all the billboards sorted by the weekend for Hungary. We will see. So you got that Williams there as Leo Lund just navigates up the inside. Leo Lund up to P3, what a lap. Mirko James in the house. Down towards the checkered flag. So Rafasi now coming around turn 12. Is he going to be able to get through and into Q2? Into Q3, my apologies. Cars is out, that's a big shock. Pelly back in at P12. J's Rafasi P12 is out. It's all on Sam the Man cars. Rafasi, Pelly and J's are all out. So Sam the Man in the Williams. It is either him or his teammate. And Sam the Man in P12, that is it. All of the bottom 5 are out. Deadly can ease a sigh of relief. And he is through. So I just need to write this down. Casper, then Reese, then Leo Lund. Let me just turn that down. Then B, right, I don't know why it always comes up with Mercs. Then Mirko, Jeffy, Mitch, Fanfinis, Epico, J, Deadly, Cars, Sam the Ram, Rafase, Pellyback, and Jays. So Mirko is already out on track and he's just behind Casper. Thank you, Sion, I appreciate that, man. So Casper in the Papaya will be the first of the final runners to get us underway. So into Casper. Here in the Gran Premio de España, here in Barcelona, Catalunya. It is the McLaren that will get us underway. So around turn 13 and 14. I don't know what I've done. I took the banners away. I don't know how I've done that. Oh, there it is. In towards turn 1 and 2. We ride on board with the Swedish driver. And he is still in this championship fight. He's helped his teammate considerable amount of times in the opening 6 rounds, and he will be doing it throughout the season. But if he's in with a chance of a championship, I'm sure that won't be the case at the back end of this season. Remember, his teammate dropped a huge amount of points in Jeddah when he had that disconnection and into the wall from the lead of the Grand Prix. So down in towards turn 10 now for the McLaren driver. He has the Mercedes behind him of Mirko, who's also in this championship fight, around turn 12, and then into the double left-handers for the McLaren through turn 13 and then 14. 9 minutes to go here in Q3. It is the Papaya around the final chicane, a short run up to the line. It's a 1:11.3. Then you've got Mirko in the Mercedes. He will come to the line a 1:12.2, 9 tenths behind. Then you've got the Ferrari of Reese, and that was an Alpine just going wide. Deadly will be next. He's into Q3 again in that Williams. What an outstanding job he's doing. Deadly to the line, goes P3. Then Reese Dye has invalidated it. Be right in the McLaren, just starting his lap. Then you've got Mitch next in the Ferrari. Well, watch how he takes the throttle through here. You can see the live telemetry. Then he'll just burn that battery all the way to the end. And it is a P4 for Mitch, Epic OJ. Then we've got a Jeffy Boy in the Red Bull through turn 13. Into turn 14, a short run up to the line. Restart is going to go again. Leo Lund is on an outlap, just warming them tyres. Epic OJ down towards turn 10. So Epic OJ going P4 in the Alpine. Right, Leo Lund. He's 3 points behind the championship leader in this title fight. This is the time. Let's get the pole position time up. It is Casper at the moment. The Pirelli pole position of AMS Casper. And he's invalidated it, has Leo Lund. So, just under 7 minutes to go. He's going to have to go into the pit lane and try again. Epic OJ is on his way in. So, you can see it is all, not all sunshine and roses for these. It is a Papaya 1-2. They are so much quicker though, like, so much quicker. And that's the problem, and I don't think that'll be the case when the update comes out for the new game. McLaren have had it so easy for so long because the car has been so much quicker than everybody else. But with the new regulations, I think it'll bring the cars a lot closer together, and McLaren will not have it easy from next season. It is definitely going to bridge the gap because they have had it very, very easy. Because of the pace difference, but I tell you, it's going to be real spicy when the update comes, and Ferrari might be closer, Mercedes might be closer, McLaren might be a bit slower. It's going to be so good. But although they've got the quicker car, as we've seen with Lewis Hamilton and Michael Schumacher in the past, it doesn't always mean you're going to win a championship. You've still got to put the right drivers in them seats, and you've got to have consistency, and you've got to have the right drives and strategies, and you've still got to get the points. But it does help having a car so much faster though. Into turn 10 for the Racing Bull, and he is struggling with them rears, isn't he, Leo Lund? It is dry throughout the whole race. He is just sliding that V-carb around, isn't he? He is playing with it a little bit there. So every single driver is into the pit lane. This is going to give us a great chance to tell you about our sponsor, Sim Racing Setups. Make sure you go and check them out if you are looking for the perfect race setup for F1 and setup course of Le Mans. You name it, they have got it. And use code F7R on checkout for a 5% discount. We race 4 times on a Sunday in Formula 1, Tier 1, 2, 3 and 4, 10 AM, 12:30, 3 and 7 PM. Then we race on a Monday with Le Mans on a fortnightly basis. And then on a Wednesday we have Realistic. And then on a Friday we have Le Mans and a Settle course fortnightly on a Friday. And that is not it for me. I do comms as well for on other days. But that is just the F7R schedule. An epic schedule for an epic league with an epic community. So come and join us for your sim racing needs. Doing some drifts, Leo. He is, Pele, he is. I remember to mute everyone this week so they don't have to listen to me out throughout the whole race or in the pit lane. I'm going to try and see if we can update the billboards for Le Mans and a setup course after the F1 tonight. I've just joined the commentary team for W1 as well. They're doing really good things over there. I like the aspect of just having a women's only Formula 1 league. A great place for them to race and showcase their skills just with females, which I think is a great idea to put them on track and on the sim racing scene. So yeah, spoke to George earlier today, and yeah, really glad to be a part of that. So it is Leo Lund who is first back out. He is not waiting around now. He knows he needs to just get out there and get something on the board. And the problem is when you're leaving it for a one-lap shootout like this, you do run the risks, because if you make one slight mistake, you haven't got that banker to fall back on. So we will ride on board with Leo Lund. Oh, he's not. He's going for a second outlap. So who is it that's going to be first? Deadly in the Williams. You know, he's going for a second outlap. So they're all just burning that fuel now. You've got the Mercedes on an outlap. So they are trying to make the cars as light as possible. Andreas, I second that prediction. Yeah. That's exactly what I think. Good prediction, that. So, Deadly, Leo Lund, both just getting rid of that fuel, getting as light as possible. Epic OJ's gone for it in the Alpine, around the long right-hander at turn 3. Towards turn 4, he is slightly up on his lap time. Oh, and there's an impediment. Yeah, that's the Ferrari just getting out of the way. Oh, and who's that? That's Mirko into the gravel. Let's keep an eye on the gap to the leader. So it is Epic OJ that is on a lap coming through turn 9. Did that hinder him at all? We shall see. Down towards turn 10. He is 1.5 tenths up. This is going to put him close to Fanfinus. He is nearly half a second off pole position, as you can see in the bottom left. Around turn 12 and then in towards 13 and 14. This is it now. Jeffy and Reese need to get their flying lap going around the final chicane, and then a short run up to the checkered flag. And it is P3 for Epic OJ. What a lap for him. Leo Lund is now on a lap. Then you've got Jeffy Boy starting his restart. Needs to be careful here. 15 seconds to go. He's got to get to the line, but he didn't want to impede anybody, and that's his teammate that's going through. So everybody is now on a lap. Here comes Mitch to the line. He goes P3, and Reese just makes it. Oh, wow, I thought he missed it. And there goes Casper, and Casper goes even faster in P1. Now here comes B Right. to the checkered flag. He goes quicker as well, but only by 9/1000ths of a second. Fanford is the reigning world champion. He's nearly 3 tenths up on his lap time out of turn 14. Down towards the checkered flag. He goes P3. That's a cracking lap from him. Then we've got Deadly in the Williams, who's been brilliant so far. He goes P6 and in front of Mirko. Leo Lund will be next in the Racing Bull. He goes P3. So here comes Mirko. He stays P8. What has happened to Mirko? Jeffy Boy in the Red Bull is slightly up on his lap time. Reese is getting a huge slipstream from an Alpine. Wow, they helped each other. And Jeffy Boy goes into P7, and you don't see that every day. An Alpine giving a huge little tow to the Ferrari down the straight there. Around turn 12, in towards 13. So will this be enough to put him on pole position? With a helping hand of an Alpine, out of turn 14, down towards the line we go. And Reese will take P4, a 1:11.6, but it is extremely close. Nearly got it, Andreas. Casper, be right to Leo Lund. When you've got a track that's got a lot of straight line speed, it's very, very hard to beat them McLarens because of the pace difference of the cars. So yeah, it is a McLaren 1-2. The only time you won't get a McLaren 1-2, I think, this season is going to be your tracks like Singapore and things like that. You know, sort of certain tracks like that where it's the pace of the car isn't just, you know, the main priority. But Casper and B. Wright are very good drivers as well. Very, very good drivers. You put a good driver in the quickest car, pretty unstoppable. So there we have Leo Lund in P3. He will be behind the two McLarens. So the starting grid for the Spanish Grand Prix here in Formula 7 Realistic, it is Casper that will start on pole position to be right in the McLaren in P2, the championship leader. Then Leo Lund. Then you've got Reese in P4, who's third in the championship. Then Fanford's the reigning champion, P5. Then you've got Mitch, Epic OJ, Jeffy, Deadly and Merkel that will complete the top 10. 5 British drivers, 2 Swedish, 1 Dutch, 1 Italian. No, sorry, 6 British drivers, 2 Swedish, 1 Dutch and 1 Italian in this race. So we are going to get ready for the race. If you are just tuning in, it is a front row lockout from the McLarens. Remember, you can watch all of our race replays throughout the season on our YouTube channel at Formula 7 Racing, as you can see on the screen there. They are all in playlists. So you'll have season 10, season 11, season 12, and you can watch any of them races. I still kick myself for not doing it from season 1, but hey, here we are, 6 years down the line. Here we go. Formation lap is on. This is going to be a good race. 20 drivers on the grid. CJ and the Sauber starting from last after that qualifying ban. And you've got Zetu, NMX James, Jennifer Lee in the Red Bull in P17. apologise about them billboards there. I'm so annoyed about the race director and Dave Dev's billboards because I changed them, but then forgot to upload the file right before the race, so I'm really annoyed about that. So they are overlapping, but they won't do next time. So let's go, guys. So here we go, this is it for round 7 here in Spain for Formula 7 Realistic. I'm not sure what that graphic is, we had that in Monaco as well, didn't we? With the back of the cars. Fanfnis a DSQ off the line. Here we go, this is it. Round 8 here in Formula 7 Realistic, powered by Sim Racing Setups. And it's lights out, and away we go. B-Rad did not got the start he wanted, and he then cuts off Leo Lundin, the Racing Bull, straight across to try and block him off. Shuts the door on the Racing Bull in towards turn 1. Here comes the Ferrari. Leo Lundin's up the inside, has to back out, so does the Ferrari. Then you've got Mitch who's making a move on Epic OJ. That is a driver that is rounded onto the gravel. That is Jennifer Lee in the Red Bull. And Super Trubo, I think, that went off. So, Deadly down into P12, he's lost 3 places, and then he's being overtaken by his teammate of Sam the Man. You've got Jeffy Boy making a move, Mirko is back up the inside in that Mercedes, and the Red Bull, and that is Zetu in the Aston Martin that is round. The front 7 stay the same, Sam the Man and Deadly going at it, a little snap there from Sam the Man, but he just manages to hold it. Then you've got Fanfnis in P5. He is only 2 tenths behind Restyle. Jeffy Boy is back up the inside of Mirko. Sorry, Mirko up the inside of Jeffy Boy, but then they'll go into turn 12. They'll return the favour. And this is a nice little scrap between the Red Bull and the Mercedes going at it around turn 13 and 14. DRS will now be activated, but they will not get it until halfway around this lap. You've got Mirko into the slipstream of Jeffy Boy. You've got B right on the back of Casper. Leo Lund starting to lose a little bit of ground. He needs that DRS ASAP if he wants to stay with these drivers in front. Speeding into the pit lane. Super Trubo, Jennifer Lee and Zetu are all into the pits. And Leo Lund is starting to lose a bit of ground. He needs to be careful. That is Deadly and Sam the Man going at it for round 2 or 3 at this point. Interesting stuff. Pele back. He's just watching this unfold. Rafasi in the Aston Martin. Still in that DRS train from P1 to P14. And now he does get the DRS, the Racing Bull. And I wonder what happens with the McLarens here. Leo might have damage. That is a yellow flag. I think that's an Aston Martin at the back. I can't tell if he does have damage, to be honest. I will check the system in a minute. Mitch has made a mistake. He's lost 1.6 seconds. Right, here comes B Right on his teammate. Are they going to swap places? He doesn't have damage, Leo Lund. So Restyle setting the fastest lap. There goes Epic OJ, and the Alpine is thrown the Ferrari. And now here comes Jeffy Boy as well. He was looking for a move. Mirko up the inside in that Mercedes. The Red Bull is trying to defend, and now he comes back up the inside of turn 3, and he does get the move done, and that is a cracker from the Italian, and then back onto the leaders, the 2 McLarens. One second, guys. So, this is going to be an interesting duel. They've got to work together, surely. So, Fanfnis in P5 and the other Mercedes in P8. Wonder who will take that second Mercedes seat at the halfway point. That is CJ that has made a mistake in his round. He's losing time. But Fanfnis is doing a good job here. He seems to have picked up his pace these last couple of weeks, you know. And it was all Mirko at the end of last season, but now it's Fanfnis. He's back into the slipstream. Did Leo Lund get DRS? He did, so he has been saved. Here comes B right on Casper. Is he going to go for it? No, he backs out again. So he's being extra careful. Mirko on the Ferrari. Mitch is doing a good job staying in P7. Jeffy Boy is there. There goes Cars and Deadly. Wheel to wheel go the Williams and the Sauber. They give each other the space. A little tap, but only ever so slightly. Around turn 3, the long right-hander. And it is Cars that is back in front in the Sauber. So a good job from the Dutchman. Who said about the second seat mid-season? Mirko did, salute. Mirko messaged me and said that he was leaving his tier 1 seat and he's leaving his realistic seat in the mid-season. So Deadly in the Williams on the back of Cars. He does have that DRS. Cars is a bit of a sitting duck here. Fanfnis closing that gap to reach Die in front. Around turn 14, let's jump on board with the leaders once again. I think they're a bit too far behind to go for the overtake. He is coming with some speed though. No, he's going for it this time. So he does go through. Casper has to go wide and then slow down. I wonder if they're slowing each other down here. And this is helping Leo Lund. That is Deadly front Cars. Williams drive. Oh, and a huge snap from Cars. He did an incredible job to hold on to that. Very nicely done. There goes Jays in the Haas through on NMX James, the Alpine driver, being overtaken by the Haas. And Leo Lund will like the fact that these two are swapping around. Mirko on Mitch, the Mercedes and the Ferrari, wheel to wheel. One of them's going to have to back out, and it's going to be Mitch into turn 7, but he's going to try and come back up the inside. That was a great exit as they go up the hill around to turn 9. That DRS will kick in. The Ferrari is all over him. They both get DRS. The Ferrari, will he go up the inside? He does a late lunge in towards turn 10, and the Scuderia is through, and that was Jeffy Boy in the Red Bull that just went up the inside, and the Ferrari keeps his position in P7. Tasty little exchange here. So what does Casper do? He's on the back of B right. Is he going to go for the move as well? He is. And this time it is a bit cleaner. And that means they won't lose any pace. Mirko with that DRS goes through. So does Jeffy Boy. And Mitch is down to P9. Sam the Man is through on the Sauber. He's down to P12. DRS is playing a huge factor here. Rafasi just staying. And Rafasi is going to go for a move on Pele back. And he's got the inside line. And he sends it. But Pele back is holding his own around the outside. He's doing a good job down into turn 5 at the hairpin. And back comes Pele back. Pele comes back. And into turn 7. The elevations up here are really tricky when your tyres start going off. Jeffy Boy with damage. No, he hasn't. So, still DRS from P1 to P5. So this is going to be another switch round into the slipstream. DRS enabled, and B right will retake the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. I'm wondering if we're going to see any undercuts. Here comes Mirko. Wow, Epic OJ made a late move to the right-hand side, and that was a little bit tasty between the pair of them. Epic OJ trying to hold on position, made a late slight change of movement, and Mirko had to switch it back to the left-hand side, and it was a good overtake in the end. Here comes Rafasi. He's already got through on Pele back. Cars is now the next in line for the Chilean driver. So Jeffy in P8. Oh, and he runs really wide there. I think that was Jeffy that run really wide. There was one driver anyway. Sorry. So, we should have a look. The battery, you've got Casper and B right, and you can see the battery charge between the pair of them, and that is a yellow flag, and that is an Aston Martin of Zetu. So Zetu around there, and he is just struggling at the moment. And then you've got the McLarens coming round, and the Aston Martin will see them coming, so he is just going to get out of the way. And all of the drivers now. That is 8 laps down, and Zetu has had a torrid time here in Barcelona. CJ and NMX James are into the pits. Jennifer Lee on the back of Super Turbo. These two went at it in Imola as well. Let's not mention Imola. So Casper leading, sorry, B right leading to Casper in P2. Leo Lund in P3. Then you've got Reese Dye in P4. Remember, these are all in the championship battle. Nobody's really running away with it at the moment. You can see the tyres, and we can have a look as well at the tyre wear of these drivers. So you can see 40 to 44% on the left, so only 15% for the front right. That is the difference, because it's such a left-handed track, well, right-handed track, and it puts that pressure onto the left. That is Casper that retakes the lead. And Mitch on Jeffy, he's down to P9. We've got Sam the man, Rafasi, who's that coming out of the pit lane? Here comes Cars on Rafasi. So Rafasi did get through. Cars is on the hards though. I'm wondering when they will come into play. Remember, check us out on SimGrid. The community is Formula 7 Racing. If you want to try out Le Mans, Assetto Corsa or anything else. So that is B right that returns the favour on lap 10. All 20 drivers still in the race and not a single collision yet. Really good race. There goes Jeffy Boy. He's getting extremely close to Epic OJ. I'm so surprised Epic OJ isn't in a better team, you know. If you see what he's doing in the Alpine, the last couple of races, and you see what he's doing in Tier 1, I'm surprised that he's only in the Alpine. Maybe a mid-season transfer there as well. Jeffy Boy is chasing him down. So Reese is being very patient in this race. He's doing a good job of just keeping it consistent. You can see the lap times. There's very small margins between them in the last 4 laps between these drivers, and that is Super Turbo that is had a mistake. Yeah, and he lost a few positions. Jennifer Lee went through. Here comes Casper, but he will stay behind on this occasion. I'm wondering when they will go into pit. Let's have a look at the reaction time. So we know that B-Rat had to cut off in front of Leo Lund. His reaction time was 5.78. Casper's was 5.28. So he was a lot quicker off the line, and Leo Lund's was 5.78 as well. So they were very similar. Oh no, I won't get Leo's because he doesn't share it, I don't think. So, I don't know, yeah, there's a lot of them that are 5.78s. Wow. Yeah, they were all pretty much on the line. There goes Jeffy Boy up the inside of Epic OJ. grid is quite spread out at the moment. We've not even had a VSC. So really good racing. Jays is into the pit lane for the undercut. And we can see, let's have a look at the tyres, at the tyre deltas. So at the moment, if you go onto hards, they are 1.1 seconds quicker than what these tyres are on now, these medium tyres. But if you go onto mediums, they're 1.8 seconds quicker. And if you go onto softs, they're 2.5 seconds a lot quicker. So it just goes to show, if you go onto Bulba B right now, if he goes onto hards, he is going to be 1.1 seconds quicker than the mediums that he's on now. So remember that when they go in for the pit stop and they go for that undercut, them hards are going to be a second and a bit quicker. You've got Kaz and Rafasi into the pit lane. What about Deadly? Mitch has now got both Williams behind him. Rafasi has got in front of Kaz in the pit lane. Wow. Or did they just return back to the positions? Here comes the Racing Bull in the background. That's Pele back in CJ. CJ in the Sauber. Looking for a way through around the outside. Wasn't able to pull it off. Is still there. The top three are locked in that DRS, but Reese might be dropping out here. Did he lose the DRS? He did. And that means Fanfredoss is going to get given a chance. Here comes the Mercedes. He's absolutely steaming. And Fanfredoss has taken P4, and that is how detrimental it is. If you lose that DRS, Mitch is into the pit lane for the undercut, and Reese is down to P5, and the reigning world champion is now up to P4. Here comes Jeffy Boy and Epic OJ in towards turn 2 and 3. And the two leaders are still the McLarens with that Racing Bull just trailing them. 2 seconds, guys. I've got to go and get the laptop charger. It's about to die and I'm catching all the stats on it. Look at this for a battle between Casper and Leo Lund. Is there a driver round? No, just yellow flags. And look at this. Leo Lund on Casper. He is really going for it now. We'll stay on board with him. 2 seconds. Right guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I needed to get the charger. The laptop was about to die. So, Casper has pitted. He's gone for the undercut. And he's come out in P5. Leo Lund has stayed out, but he's not got the DRS. Then you've got Reese who pitted. And Fanfredoss that pitted. So this is going to be interesting because Fanfredoss and Reese could potentially come out in front of Leo Lund and B Right. So will they go into the pit lane? They will. So they are in, and Leo Lund will stay out for another lap. And B Right comes in. And where does he come out? The 3-time realistic world champion Mirko stays out as well. Deadly is in. Here comes Casper. I tell you what has happened here? Casper is not going to come out in front of his teammate. No, it's going to be close, this. Wow, here comes B Right coming out of the pit lane. My goodness, he's overcut them. He's overcut his teammate. Incredible. Deadly is into the pit lane. Fanfredoss, Casper. So he's on fresh hards and he's in front. Yellow flag is waving. I think it was just the driver getting out of the way, and that is Sam the Man and Rafasi. And Rafasi is off the track. He's having to come back on. A little bit of argy-bargy between the pair of them. The Aston Martin just trying to hold it up the inside. This is beautiful racing. Sam the Man, the American driver, on the Chilean, the South American driver, going wheel to wheel again like north v south as they go around turn 4 and down in towards the hairpin at turn 5. Rafasi will back it up and try and switch it back up the inside. But Sam the Man is through. A tasty little exchange between the Americas. Mercoy's into the pit lane. Leo Lund stays out for another lap. So they are back within DRS of B, right? But remember, he is going to have fresher tyres. You look 7% on the left for Casper, 2% for B right. That is the difference it's made. And then Leo Lund. I think Leo Lund might be on for a good strategy here because he knows that he's going to have to go till the end of the race. And them hards, they're going to be pushing it for 17 laps. Well, I mean, he's done 16 on the mediums. They'll be okay, but they will be hurting a little bit. Rafasi on Sam the Man again. These will be enjoying this. 20 drivers still in the race after 16 laps of racing. This is what we come to watch. This is what we come to expect. That is a yellow flag. Who is that? Mitch and Jennifer into the pit lane. And I think it's just Z2 getting out of the way. It is. B right setting the fastest sector 2. He's absolutely flying. And Leo Lund stays out for another lap. Wow. This is interesting. This is really interesting. B right is in P2. Leo Lund is your race leader. Yellow flag again. Yes, just the Aston Martin getting out of the way. But I think Z2 is just trying to finish this race so he doesn't cost them 5 million. So Leo Lund continuing to stay out. B right is chasing him down. So is Casper. Then you've got Fanfness, Reese, Mirko 9 seconds behind these. Epic OJ, and there goes Rafasi again up the inside. They give each other the space. That's gorgeous racing. It really is. And he's in that Williams sandwich is Rafasi. That is what we've come to expect here in F7R. F7. F7. Cars in the Sauber. On the inside of Pelleback. And that is Leo Lund that is into the pit lane. Oh my God! Leo Lund has picked up a 10-second time penalty for speeding into the pit lane. This is unbelievable. He pits. He didn't know he had to pit for a second time in Monaco and loses the race win. And he's racing for a podium and picks up a 10-second time penalty in the pit lane. This is unbelievable. The bad luck that Leo Lund is suffering here. He is now back with the pack. He's got a little bit of chasing to do, but he's got a lot on his hands now. B right is the race leader with 16 laps to go. Casper in P2. Fanfness in P3, the reigning world champion. B right and Fanfness well acquainted with each other. Went all the way to Abu Dhabi last season for the championship, which Fanfness did win by 1 point. One of the best championships we've ever witnessed here in Realistic. Hoping for that again. This season is heating up to be one. And that is Super Turbo back into the pit lane. So Mirko setting the fastest lap. Now he's starting to come alive. And so is Reese. He's bridging that gap to the Dutchman in front. What about Deadlit on Rafasi? these two have had a great battle. Oh, that is Deadly that goes wide. Sorry, Sam the Man's had a great battle. But now the other Williams wants a piece of the action. And up the inside goes Rafasi, and that is a brilliant move from the Chilean driver. The American just sticking to that rear diffuser, and then the Englishman in P11. But they know they need to get that Aston Martin out of the way so they can both score points, the two Williams drivers. But Rafasi is holding his own in that Aston Martin, and that is yellow flags waving. I can't see anybody around on track. So Casper, Leo Lund sets the fastest lap of the race. Here he comes, but he has got that 10-second time penalty. So Famfness, Reese, you've got Epic, OJ in P8. The Alpine on the back of the Red Bull, but he also has a time penalty. What about Sam the Man? He just couldn't get close enough to get that move done. Looking at the speed traps, the fastest driver through the speed trap is Mirko by 2 miles per hour. Then Super Turbo and Deadly. Oh, and that is Sam the Man that's let Deadly through. So, teamwork between the Williams. Let's have a look at the last laps. So, Sam the Man, yeah, Deadly was quicker. No, Sam the Man was quicker. Laps 17, 18 and 19, no? No, Deadly, sorry, was quicker, yeah. In lap 18, 19 and 20, yeah, so tactical. Sam the Man has let his teammate through because Deadly has been quicker these last couple of laps. So, teamwork in the Williams garage. Still 21 laps out of 33 and all the drivers still in this race. What a brilliant Grand Prix. Super Turbo setting the fastest sector 1 time. And Mirko with the fastest sector 2 and B Wright with the fastest sector 3. That is Deadly now with the overtake. And the strategy for Williams is complete here in Barcelona. That is why they did it. Here comes Cars and Belly back. And the Sauber driver is just edging in front. Here comes the Racing Bull around the outside. And Peleback is back in front. Cars is going to look for that room up the inside of turn 4. He's not going to get it. And the Sauber is back down to P13 as they head in towards the hairpin at turn 5. There is some good battling going on the track here, you know. Really good battling. So Rafasi is losing a little bit of time. Deadly is on his way, chasing down Epic OJ. And that is somebody coming out of the pits. I don't know who that was. Leo Lund is only 3.3 behind Reese now, but remember his tyres are going to be fresher than everybody in front. Yellow flag again. Not sure why this time, but it's 11 laps remaining. And that is, yeah, it's just Zetu letting everybody through. I mean, clean driving from Zetu, to be fair, and to continue to try and finish this race when you're so far behind. Fair play to him. Nobody wants to DNF now because it's 44 laps on your tyre wear if you do. So the later the race goes, the more you do not want to DNF. So be right. Having a spectacular Grand Prix. Let's have a look at the tyres. 35% for Casper, 27% for Be Right. can see the difference. We don't know what Leo Lunds are. Zetu is out in the pit lane. That's a shame. He tried to continue for as long as possible. That is 5 million done and dusted for the Aston Martin team. Cars and Pelly back into the pit lane again. So they're going for the 2-stopper. Thank you, Zetu. So the front 4 still locked in that DRS train. That beautiful black helmet of Reese with the little square design on it. So here comes Reese on fanfares. Is he going to go for it? He is getting closer and closer. You can see the battery between them. And you can see from Fanfness, the driver in front and the driver behind, with the intervals. And you can see where they're losing time. You can see that Reese is actually faster in sector 1 and sector 2, but then he loses a considerable amount of time in sector 3. So interesting that, it really is. Losing that Ferrari. That is a yellow flag, and it can't be Zetu. Oh, it's a Haas. I think it's Super Turbo. It is. No, it's not Super Turbo. It's Jay's. He was just slowing down to get out of the way. Track is now clear again. 8 laps remaining, and it's still anybody's race, you know, it really is. And look at Leo Lundy, he's catching up to them, and he's going to have so much fresher tyres, but with that 10-second time penalty, it's just going to kill him. So, riding on board with the leaders. It's very hard to shake off a driver when they're locked in that DRS train, even when you've got fresher tyres like B-Right has. But the McLarens haven't put a foot wrong really here in this race. It's been a pretty solid performance. B-Right qualified in P2, but he's leading the race. And he's gone for the overcut as well. So yeah, it's been pretty neat and tidy all round. And that is NMX James going through on Super Turbo, the Alpine driver getting the move done. And down the pitch straight into P17. What about Reese dying that Ferrari? It is really enjoyable to watch on board with the drivers, just to see how they control these machines that they have in their grips of their hands. Leo Lund now only 1.3. With every lap that goes by, he is catching up. Let's just have a look at the tyres. 51% now for the Ferrari. But it might be okay until the end of this race. It's Fanfness though, he's staying in that DRS. It's a great performance from the Mercedes. But the two McLarens are pretty much untouchable at this point. Jenna Fleet picking up the track limit there. And the grid is really far spread out, but you will get that in realistic because it's realistic performance. I cannot believe we've not had a single VSC or a single safety car. Not even an incident, not one incident at all in 27 laps. Not even a slight incident. It's been incredible. What a race. That is what we want. So, Be Right still leading the number 29 car in P1 in the Papaya. Casper in P2. So, 6 laps to go. That is a 3-second time benefit for CJ. There are 3 things guaranteed in life. No, I'm kidding. Oh no, I do say that every single race. Right, so Be Right leading. Barcelona is an amazing circuit here in Catalonia because you've got the elevation of the up and the down, and then you've got the curves of the circuit, and it sort of catches you out because you feel like you've got enough grip, but then it just sort of falls from underneath you at the last second, and it really does catch you out at times. Rafasi have got Sam the Man on his tail around turn 4 and down towards turn 5 at the left-handed hairpin. And look how close Sam the Man is now. Not a great entrance though, and picks up a track limit. Now, well, a warning. Now he's got to be careful not to pick up 3 seconds because he is fighting for the remaining point, and the Williams both could finish in the points again here. And that's exactly what they want, especially for the Williams team principal. So, Be Right staying in front of Casper. Here comes Fanfiners. Reese. Leo Lund is now there, but I don't think he's going to have enough on him to gather 10 seconds, but you never know, it could be removed. Pit lanes, penalties are very, very rarely removed, but you never know the circumstances, so never say never. So Be Right to Casper, Fanfinus, Reese, Leo Lund, Merkel 10 seconds behind. I'm not sure what's happened to Merkel. He was one of my picks for the championship this year, and he's completely fell off it. I don't know what's happened. And then obviously he's sort of left his seat in tier 1 and everything, and he's leaving mid-season in realistic, so real shame because he had it in him to become a world champion, Murkoff. I thought tier 1 was his year this year, and realistic I thought he had a good chance. Fanfinus, you know, you sort of always count Fanfinus out and you think, yeah, he's not, you know, he's gone again, and then he just shows up and starts picking up the pace again and starts reeling in the points. And exactly what he's doing here. That is CJ and Pelly back going at it. The Sauber, and the Sauber's pushing the racing pull off there. Wow, what is he doing? That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous, that. Absolutely ridiculous. And he spun it. Oh, wow, and the racing ball did get away from him. Just completely pushing him off the track. Would not let him back on. That is crazy. So 3.5 laps to go. Still all to play for. The thing is with Leo Lund now, he's 10 seconds clear of Mirko, so he is going to keep the position. That is Sam the Man up the inside of Rafasi. Rafasi will come back at him. He wants this last remaining point here in realistic. The Aston Martin will cling around the outside, and Rafasi, the man from Chile, is through on the American of Sam the Man and up to P10 to take that final point. But for how long? Here they come down towards turn 5. The Aston Martin and the Williams wheel to wheel for a second time on lap 30, and it is the American now that is slightly ahead. He does back out going in towards turn 7. He gets the better exit, gives him a little nudge for good luck. and then in towards the DRS straight. This is where his chance will come once more. CJ's throwing his teammate, but no, he didn't get the exit he wanted. So the two Saubers swapping places, cars down to P15. Back on board with the front five. Super Turbo back into the pit lane. He will not want to cost his team any money, so he'll continue to finish. Sam the man, he will want this point. Here he comes with that DRS. Rafasi defending really well, moving to the right hand side. Great battle between the two of them. Sam the man does have a time penalty though, so Rafasi doesn't really need to battle him. He will pick them points up regardless. We are about to go on to the penultimate lap, 32. And that is another 3 seconds for CJ. So around turn 14, we are heading on to lap 32 of 33. Is Casper going to try and go for the win? But Wright's got so much more battery though. So I don't think even if he wanted to, Casper is in a position to try and get the win. And that is a yellow flag, and that is CJ that has a little spin and his teammate goes through. 1.5 laps remaining. CJ is just falling apart now. Sam the man, a little snap out of turn 13. Through turn 5 go the leaders. In towards turn 7 and then slightly uphill. This is where you've got to keep hold of the car, because look at the tyres, 76%, and that is Sam the man in the Williams that is through on Rafasi. He takes the early entrance into that corner. Rafasi will know he's got a 3 seconds, so he doesn't need to fight him too hard. And B. Wright, Casper, Fanfinus, Reese and Leo Lund are all going to come on to the final lap of this race. That is a yellow flag. That is Super Turbo that is off. Leo Lund has got a 10-second time penalty, but he's only 9 seconds in front of Mirko, so he might lose P5 as well. So Casper is now nearly a second behind B. Wright. And now he drains that battery. He's well in the mood for it. Reese can still get a podium, but he's going to need something special to get past Fanfinus. Leo Lund is there. What a Grand Prix this has been. It has been amazing. There goes Super Turbo on Jennifer. These two were going at it in Imola, and it's spilled over into Catalonia. Down towards turn 5. B. Wright does lead in the McLaren. Not a single VSC, not a single safety car, not a single incident in this whole race of 33 laps. The 1 DNF was in the pit lane, and we are going to come through, and every single driver is going to finish, barring the Aston Martin in the pits. What a race. So around turn 12 and 13, a couple of corners to navigate. Reese, Fanfinus is losing it. He's losing time. But B. Wright is going to come around turn 14. And B. Wright is going to extend his lead and win here in Catalonia. Reese chases down Fanfinus. It's not enough. It's B. Wright to Casper to Fanfinus to Reese. Leo Lund is going to lose P5 to Mirko. He does. P6 for the championship contender. Jeffy Boy is going to take P7. So still an amazing battle. Rafasi will get that P10, you know, because of Sam the man's penalty. Oh, brilliant race, Andreas. Absolutely. My hat goes off to these drivers. Fantastic stuff. So Epic OJ with a penalty as well. Is he going to lose that position to Deadly? He is, and maybe Sam the man and Rafasi. He does. Rafasi gets P9. Epic OJ in P10. Jays, NMX James, Super Turbo and Jennifer Lee all to the line. And that was a really, really good race. Oh, shoot. Sorry, 1 second. dear. So I just need to put in the standings. So on the podium, there you have it. On the top step, Be Right. And then it is Casper in P2 and Fanfinis in P3. Leo Lund with the fastest lap. So let me put this down. So Be Right wins to Casper, Fanfinis to Reese in P4. Then you've got Mirko in P5, Leo Lund P6. Then Jeffy, Deadly, Rafasi, Epicogist, and the man Mitch Pellyback, Cars, CJ, Jays, NMX James, Super Tubo, Jennifer Lee, and Zetu. My driver of the day. I don't even know who driver of the day is, you know. It could be Fanfinis, you know, to get on the podium. But it also could be Rafasi in the Aston Martin. I thought it was a great performance from him. I am going to go. Be Right was a great race as well. Mirko from P10 to P5 was a great drive. But I'm going to give it to Fanfinis. Yes, we will do interviews. We will do interviews in the game chat, and then I'll give my son his PC back because he's mithering me. So let me just turn down the game volume. So we will start off the interviews with Fanfinis. So let's see if Fanfinis is there. Fanfinis, are you there? I'm absolutely roasting in this room.
Off. Let's go.
Fanfinis, the reigning world champion, back on the podium. Talk us through that and talk us how you're feeling.
It was a good race, to be fair. I don't know, really. Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, I can't hear them. I can only hear you.
Oh, I can hear everyone else. Okay. No, it was a good race. Quali was good, getting P4, I think, or no, P5. Yeah, P5. So I can do things from there.
Yeah.
Well, it was tough because a lot of dirty air, and at the end of the first stint, restart dropping with tire wear, I think, so I could overtake. Just trying to get to Leoland and Casper again. They start fighting, got back, then Casper went in. I start like, let's go in as well. So we all went in. Me, Reese, and Casper. I came out in the net P3, and I stayed there. So good race from all the chaotic stuff that all happened for the first couple of races. Now 2 points in a row. That's quite amazing, and seeing that it's not gonna be my season this season because I think I'm not up to my points, up to my best. I
yeah,
think this
but you
is
always
quite amazing.
you
So
always seem to find your pace though, fam. Like obviously you didn't start off well, but then you seem to come into it every season. You do the same, and you start to come into it. Then you start to pick off podiums, then P2s, then P1s, and yeah, it was another example again today. And you got the overtake on Reese, and then you just sort of held on to that. It was a nice race on your side.
Yeah, I think I when the season goes, I get better most of the time.
Yeah.
But I just need to do it at the beginning, like last season. Then I can really push at the end. But yeah, if I don't do it at the start, I think it's not happening. But I would be happy if I finish good this season. It's just not my season. I'm feeling bit of motivation issues and the game. But
Yeah.
I'm hyped for the new DLC coming out. So just waiting for that, but still racing because I can just not quit.
Yeah. Well, it's so good to watch you back on the podium and watch your pace. You are the world champion, so it's always great to see you do well. A fantastic performance again, another podium. So well done on a cracking race, Fanfulness.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Congratulations to Casper and Ben as well on the podium, and thanks for the commentary and the great stream again.
Ah, cheers, Stan. Appreciate it, mate. So that is your P3 driver and your podium sitter of Fanfulness, the reigning world champion. We move on to your P2 driver. Your P2 driver, the Swedishman of Casper in the McLaren, still in the championship fight. Casper, how was that one, mate? I think he's there. I hope so. Anyway, I appreciate your comments as well, Jay Bentley. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Casper.
Hello.
Just talk us through that one, mate. What a performance. You are now a full-time McLaren driver. You've got P2, another podium. Just talk us through the race.
Yeah, it was obviously started on pole.
Yes.
With a good qualifying, both me and Ben. We got away well and just settled into a rhythm. Yeah, just chilled from there. Then we discussed the whole race, how we would do with the pit stops, because we obviously couldn't double stack because we were like 5 tenths apart. So we decided that I'm gonna go first, but I'm gonna like on lap 13 back off a bit. So we had a gap to Ben, though he will still come out in front when he boxed a lap later, which worked out perfectly for us.
Yes. Was that, Castle, was that the strategy then? You to come in first, Ben to stay out, him to try and overcut? Because obviously you've come into this team and you've got the pace, you qualified on pole position, you were brilliant, and you were brilliant throughout the whole race. But is the plan, are your sights set on a Constructors' Championship, or are you looking at a Drivers' Championship as well?
I mean, this season the main focus for me is to both get the constructors, obviously, and then mainly help Ben, because he's in a really good position to win that championship. So, yeah, at the moment I'm just trying to help Ben.
Yeah.
To be honest.
No, I understand that, and that's exactly why McLaren have brought you in, because you're a great driver. You're an incredible teammate, and I'm sure Ben is absolutely thrilled to have you alongside him. In terms of the race, you didn't really put a foot wrong. You had some a little exchange with your teammate in the first couple of laps, but you were pretty consistent throughout the race. You didn't put a foot wrong.
Yeah, that one felt pretty good. Yeah, we didn't really have to push anything. We just knew that it was gonna be so hard to overtake on this track. So yeah, there was no need to push, and we just saved the tires for when we needed them. I think we showed our pace on the last lap by dropping Fant out of DRS immediately.
Yeah, that's very true. I've seen that, and that sort of opened up behind, but it was just a flawless performance. You finished 1-2 in qualifying, you finished 1-2 in the race, maximum points again. You've basically got one hand on the trophy after 7 rounds. So congratulations on a brilliant result, Casper. Another great podium and a pole position. Well done, Casper.
Thank you very much. Thanks for a good stream as well.
Oh, thank you, Casper. There you have it, your P2 driver, Casper, and he qualified on pole position. We now move on to your race winner. Once again, the 3-time realistic world champion wins here in Catalonia. Ben, talk us through that one, mate.
Vamos!
Vamos!
Yeah, wow, very dominant from McLaren today. I felt something special out there with Casper. I've not really had that connection with someone in terms of a teammate before. I think the only closest that I've got to is probably Lewis, certain times of last season, and when Reese was my teammate at McLaren before. So yeah, wow, What a performance.
Yeah, it was pretty flawless. You qualified in P2. Your teammate was on pole. Straight off the line, you were right over to the left hand side to block Leo, because I think
Mhm.
as soon, because it's Barcelona, you sort of got to keep your position, but you've got to not make any mistakes. So I think, did you sort of know if you can keep him behind going into turn one, you're sort of in the home run at that point?
That was the aim, yeah. When we were on the formation lap, Casper just said to me, try and stay to the right if you can, and then you come down my inside, so then towards the fence, and then Casper would add that inside line. But Leo just got off the line a little bit quicker than me. With him being on PC, he has that slight advantage. Not much, but
Yeah.
it's there for him to have that. And we know obviously how good Leo is. He's an incredible guy. You know, he drives. He's sponsored by McLaren, or he's worked for McLaren for a reason. So to try and keep Leo behind was vital. And then from then on, we just sort of just handled the pace well. And Casper was telling me what his battery was, and communication is key at that point.
Yeah.
So we got sort of overtaken, and our pace was near enough identical, to be honest, Nathan. We know how good Casper is as well, when him coming in for replacing Lewis. Obviously, it's a bit of love lost as well. Obviously, don't get me wrong, how close I am with Lewis, but I love Casper to bits as well. How he's come in and just accepting me for the position I'm in, and for him to sacrifice himself is a big ask. But yeah, no, today was brilliant. I can't thank Casper enough. I think this is going to be not enough every race. I still have to go out there and do my own thing.
Yeah.
But we know where my performances have been lately. Sort of on a Sunday, they haven't been the greatest, but on a Wednesday, they're there. But the race today was brilliant. Yeah, smile from ear to ear. You know me. If I'm winning, I feel great, and I just want to have that pace. You know, I just want to have that battle, that consistentness in myself to go out there and perform like that.
Yeah, and also the overcut, Ben. I mean, I
Yeah.
thought you were going to come on behind, but you actually stayed
Mhm.
out and then come out in P1 as well. It was an incredible performance.
Yeah, so like Casper said, he dropped back a little bit on lap 13. That was just to give me that advantage and that little bit more of a gap to the guys behind. Now, I think he also might have slowed down on lap 14 through sector 3, and it turned out to be absolutely perfect in the end. I came
Wow.
out in front, and then Casper just said, "Look, let me just be in the DRS, and we can bring this all the way home," and that's what we did. But yeah, again, we both still had to do our jobs, and we went out there today, and we did them.
Yeah, it was just a phenomenal performance. A 1-2 in qualifying, a 1-2 in the race, another dominant display from the Papaya. Incredible once again from you. You extend your lead in the championship. Before you go, I am going to tell you what that is. So in the Drivers' Championship, you are on 131 points now. Leo Lund is in P2 on 111. And Reese is in P3 on 111. So you are 20 points in front of Leo Lund and Reese.
Yeah, still a long way to go. Let's not forget that we can't. I can't nap on Reese and Leo. I have to keep up the practice. I have to keep up the teamwork with the guys throughout the Discord and everything else. Let's just keep going and see what I can do. I would love to come a 4-time world champion and an 8-time overall.
Yeah.
I think that would be. I think that would be sort of a good way to write everything off a little bit. I would then after that would not maybe have to go from anymore. I think one more would be nice.
Just drop down
and it
to
would
tier
keep
2.
yeah, that would also be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it keeps my hopes with the team alive to stay with them for another season, and then hopefully Jamie would keep Casper on board, and then I would be able to rotate that role is what he's doing this season. But yeah, let's just keep going, and let's see where we end up.
Yeah, well, what a performance again, Ben. That is 4 race wins in the opening 7 races. So an outstanding 5 podiums, 4 race wins out of 7 races. You've not been on the top 3 steps only twice this season. So a consistently dominant display. So well done, Ben.
Thank you very much, Nathan. Obviously, happy birthday to my mum from yesterday. Shout out to her watching again and saying all her silly little comments as always. And of course, shout out to my Dutch family that's here supporting downstairs as well. So yeah, mum, big shout out to you. I know she misses me dearly, so it gives her a bit of comfort to hear my voice and watch me race on a Wednesday. So yeah, I love you to bits, and take care, yeah.
Yeah, happy birthday to you, mum, and well done, Ben.
Cheers, Nathan. Take care, mate, and appreciate the stream as always.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. There you have it. Your race winner, your championship leader, B Right, once again dominant here in Spain. What a race, what a performance. That is probably one of the best races I've watched in Realistic for a very long time. It's been super clean the last 2 weeks. So well done to all of the drivers. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us and watching every race. I hope you all have a fantastic week. I hope you all have a great week, whatever you're doing, and I will see you all at the weekend for the race in Tier 1, 2, 3 and 4. But yes, thank you and take care everybody.